Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leanna and I'm a full-time reseller, and today we're talking what sold shoe edition. Shoes are probably one of my best sellers. The category works really well for me. I love listing shoes. They are easy to list. They require one space to photograph. Usually it's in our photo box that we have, and it's a few photos, you know. I find them very easy to photograph and to list, and I love them, and they sell well. In May, shoes were my #1 performing category, and I am going to share with you some of those items that sold for over $30. Now, even though shoes were my #1 category, there were some that sold under $30 and they're not included, and some are actually from a couple months ago because I wanted to share with you some lesser known brands that if you see at the thrift stores you may consider picking up, as long as your cost of goods is low and the condition is something you can work with. I tend to pick up shoes that don't require a lot of cleaning because I don't like cleaning shoes. That's about the only thing I don't like. But I've done well with shoes. So let's get at it. The first pair of shoes sold on my Posh US account, so all of these funds are in US funds, which if you're Canadian means it's more money for us. These are a brand called Underground Shoes. I had never heard of them. I spotted them at an online auction and did the research before I bought them, and they were selling pretty good. There's not a lot of listings out there, but these sold for $43 US, which was more than fine with me. The next brand is a brand called Spiga, if that's the way you pronounce it. These are really pretty shoes. They sold for $44 US. These as well came from an online auction, and these ones I did not pay more than $4 for because they're a lesser known brand that people just weren't aware of. Online auctions is a great way to source. You can go to a website called HiBid, H-I-Bid, and you can search your area for any online auctions that are available. Most auction places have preview time, so you can go in and look at the items before you actually bid. They are a great source for me for a lot of things. Anyway, moving on. The next pair, and there's a little story with these ones. These are Kaitlyn Pan. I believe they were in a haul video that I did. They were new with tags. I picked them up from my local Goodwill for $8. And they sold for $50 US, which is fantastic in my books. Now, when I did the comp search at the thrift store, I was basically focusing on the sale amount. How much could I make? I didn't really go into the descriptions and things like that. When I brought them home and I did some more research, I was noticing that a lot of the listings, especially on Posh, kept saying that these were a dupe of a Valentino shoe. I thought, oh no, what did I do? I don't want to sell fakes in a sense. But because they had their own brand name, they're not a fake, but it's like they stole the style or something. I think that's sort of how I would look at it. So I wasn't really comfortable selling them, and I probably won't be picking this brand up again because with my research I found that they do a lot of replicating, you know, and I don't think that's right. But anyway, these sold for $50. The customer was very happy, which makes me happy, but okay. The last pair of shoes that we're going to talk about that sold on my US closet are these pair of Naots, N-A-O-T. They sold for $32 US. I love picking up this brand. It's a brand you've probably heard of. I actually picked up a pair of sandals for myself, $6 at the thrift store. Amazing. Okay, so that's my US. I did sell more, but like I said before, they were under $30. For Canada, Poshmark Canada, the first pair of shoes we're going to talk about are these. The brand is Earth Origins. I will always pick up this brand if, you know, cost of goods is right and condition is right. Of course, that should go without saying. But I will always pick up this brand. They sell fast, and they sell, I mean, these sold for $40 Canadian. And I did not pay more than $10 for these. I know that when I go sourcing, I have an average price of $5 for clothing items and an average anywhere under 10 usually for shoes, depending on whether or not they're a designer or something like that. But Earth Origins, $40 Canadian, awesome. The next pair of shoes we're going to talk about are these Torrid gold lame sandals. They're an espadrille. These came from the online arbitrage that I did, and I talked about in my last video when I went to the Torrid website. So these sold for $35 Canadian, and I think I worked it out that I paid $7 and some cents. So I think $7.68 or something like that per each item for my retail online arbitrage. So that into 35 was fine with me. The next pair are these Allen Edmonds. Now, I like selling men's items. I do go through some of the men's, especially shirts, t-shirts, and shoes for men's. That's where I tend to focus. These sold for $34. They had been in my closet for a long time. So I might have been able to get more for them, but at the time it was like, you know what? No. Sometimes you need cash flow. You just got to let it go. So these sold for $34 Canadian. The next pair are these FitFlops. I remember hearing about this brand when I first started reselling like 3 years ago, and I wanted to find them, and I have sold more pairs of them. These sold for $32 Canadian, and because they were a sort of flip-flop sandal type thing, I did not pay more than $5 for these. I thought that was a great return of investment. The next pair, these are Keens. Now Keen is a brand that you probably know, and they sold for $45 Canadian. These came from my personal closet. I had bought these, wow. Well, I've been reselling for 3 years, and so we're talking 6-7 years ago. I bought these for $100, and I had bought them for work, thinking that they were a non-slip shoe that would be good for my feet because I was on my feet all day and it would not let me slip on water or whatever. And I found out very fast that they were not non-slip, and I had worn them a few times and they sat in my closet forever, and I turned around and sold them for $45. I'm pleased with that. The last brand, and I love this brand because it's just, they have some really cute shoes. Fly London. I purchased these at a local thrift store for $7 or $8, and they sold for $34 Canadian, which is okay. Sometimes I like to just sell things. Like, I have to get into that mindset where profit is profit, especially if it's been sitting in my closet for a while. So those are 10 shoe brands that sold. Most of them sold this past month in May. Some of them in the last couple of months. Shoes are a category that maybe you don't want to deal with. I don't know why. Maybe it's the cleaning, and I know that I don't like to clean those shoes, but they can be an untapped market for you. People, for some reason, like to buy shoes online. I personally would like to try shoes on before I buy them. But that's it for today. Those are my what sold. May was much better. It's still not where I want it to be. I'm still about, well, my goal was a certain amount, and I'm about $600 short of that, but I am also about $600 ahead of April, which is fantastic for me. I've raised my average sale price. My goal was to raise it to $25, and I achieved that on both Posh Canada and Posh US, so I'm very pleased with that. So I'm going to be raising my goal to $30 for the month of June. We'll see how that goes. It is June 1st. Today it's Wednesday, June the 1st, and I am going to be embarking on something. I'm going to try something this month with YouTube. If you have been around YouTube for a while, you know that certain people will do what they call as Vlogmas. That's where they do a video every day in the month of December. I personally don't want to do it in December because I'm super busy. I have lots of things that I have to be doing, and no, That's too much. June is usually my slowest month. So this month I am going to be doing June-mas, for lack of a better word. I'm going to come on every single day, fingers crossed, do short little videos, like less than 5 minutes, with some tips and some tricks. I'm going to do my inventory system. I'm going to talk about my day, what I've been doing, things like that. Like I said, they're going to be short. I tend to keep my videos short to begin with, because I don't know about you, but I have a hard time sitting at my desk reading, watching a video that takes longer than 10 or 15 minutes. It's my attention span, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, really quick little videos every single day, fingers crossed. I do have a couple of prior engagements. Tomorrow here in Ontario, we have an election, and I am working one of the polling stations, which I love to do, but I can talk about that tomorrow if you want. We also have, at the end of the month, a family barbecue where we're going to be gone for overnight. So I will try my best to get something out those days. You know, if you feel like, watching, that'd be great. If you don't, it's okay. Don't worry. Pick a couple, whatever. I'm going to still try and do weekly, longer videos, but for now, short little videos every single day. Wish me luck. It might be fun. We'll see what we can do. Okay, that's it for today. I appreciate everyone who watches. If you're watching this and are not subscribed, think about subscribing. I try to upload 2 or 3 times a week, and I do keep my videos short. And if you like this content, give me a thumbs up, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Bye.